And boys and girls, welcome to my channel. I'm For Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have in it is Wasteland 3, a game developed by InStyle Entertainment, and it is using Unity engine. So I decided to take this game for a run on my Nvidia MX130 with 2GB of GDDR5. This graphic card offers the same performance as the GT940 MX with GDDR5. Keep that in mind, GDDR5 it is more faster than DDR3, and well, like I did told you, I decided to take Wasteland 3 to the test and see how this game performs. So first let's start with the graphical options, and I have decided to go with 720p using the I preset, which I believe that offers a very good graphics and performance comparing to the ultra settings. Media settings, it also looks good, but you can start to notice some differences like worse anti-aliasing. It does use FXAA instead of DAA, as well as many other stuff that gets cut down. So let's start with the requirements. So the game requires an i5 with 3.3 GHz. So I'm not really sure which model they are really specifying or generation of it. They also say that you need 8 gigs of RAM and the GTX 760 or an AMD equivalent. So I'm not really sure where the MX130 position itself, but what I do know it is the performance that I did got. And one of the things that I can't stop looking at it's the difference in performance between all the presets. So low, medium, high and ultra performs very similar with small differences between each other. But if you look to the graph, you can see a lot of big drops there, big spikes. That's a big issue with the game. The game it is simply stuttering all the time. I also decided to test the game at 900p using median settings, and I got an average of 32 frames per second with a 1% low of 16. So wrapping all these results together, you can see that all the results, the minimum frames were below 30 frames per second. This was all because of the stuttering. As for differences in performance between presets, they are all running with small difference between each preset. The resolution makes the most difference. So which setting do I recommend you to play? So my recommendation, it stands for 720p using the high settings, mostly because you get a better anti-aliasing and you get screen space reflections on all that kind of stuff, which in this level specifically I wasn't really able to notice too much of a difference. Ultra settings, it is avoidable because it doesn't really offer too much more stuff than high settings. But alternatively, if you prefer to play at higher resolution, you can go with 900p median settings. I decided to not test the high and ultra because I'm expecting the same behavior, something like losing from median to high like 2 or 3 frames per second, so I think you can do the math yourselves. And if you decide to go with 1080p median settings, for example, despite I didn't test in here, I decided to just look a little bit at it in 1 minute, and 1080p median settings was performing around 20 frames per second. So frame rate, it isn't really that important in Wasteland 3 because mostly this game it is a turn based combat system, so it just needs kind of a sufficient frame rate to play the game. Although there are some points in the game and areas where you need to explore and traverse from one point to another. Still, it is arguable if the frame rate matters or not on those moments, but my recommendation is to target 30 frames per second, and if the game drops below 30 frames per second from time to time, there is no issue with it because overall it will be as smooth as possible because of the stuttering issue that this game offers. So in case you might think that it is your laptop or something, no, even my desktop, my Ryzen 5 CPU with 16 gigs of RAM and my GTX 1650 Super have troubles with big stutters in this game. So it is something that InStyle, I really hope they do fix this. I'm not really expecting that though, but who knows? Who knows if they release a patch and fixing these issues about its performance. Apart from that, as you can see, frame rate it is fine. above 30 frames per second, no issue whatsoever, aside from the big stutters. So guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about the performance, but now let's discuss a little bit about the game and what is all this fuss about. What is this game? This game, it is a turn based game. So it follows pretty much the same type of gameplay as Gear Tactics or just pretty much XCOM, but with a couple of changes to its own gameplay. Also, this game have RPG elements, which means that you can collect items from chests or dead NPCs, like weapons, and you can distribute stats throughout the player. So it's an RPG inside of a gameplay close to Gear Tactics, I mean, or even XCOM, which is quite interesting. And your decisions also affect a little bit what it's going to happen. So it's quite an interesting game. Alright, so but I didn't really play that much to give some sort of small review about the game. I'm sorry, I just didn't play that much. I played throughout 2 different maps just to check if the performance did change a lot, but nope, the performance was pretty much the same throughout those 2 levels. But I have been reading a little bit, and Metacritic, for example, you have a nice score there with the game scoring more than 85 points, so it's a very good score for this game. And on Steam, the reviews have been mostly positive. Although I have seen a lot of thumbs down about the game, majorly because performance issues and stutters. This is something that is quite noticeable. I've noticed not the FPS drops wasn't really the issue for me. It was more of the stuttering. You can clearly notice that there are some frame time issues, which is something that I'm not really usually. It is something that it is not usual in Unity engine based games. I'm kind of more adapt to see that in Unreal Engine games, but on Unity it's kind of rare, and this game has really a lot of stuttering every time something does happen. And according to many users, the patch really solved a lot of stuff already for the game, but still there is still some stuttering, and I can really notice that anyway. But the major complaint, it is about its online gameplay and its bugs that are some serious stuff. Some people said that they had to just load other save files because they got corrupted. There are other issues like tons of bugs related to stories and getting stuck, and especially when playing at multiplayer, which is kind of disappointing. But it seems like the in-style developer team, it is well known of the issues, and they will be releasing patches for the game. So the game costs $59.99, so it's a full AAA price. I think that probably it is a little bit too much, but this is the type of game that will provide you gameplay for hours and hours, so you can expect more than 30 hours maybe of this game. But still, it is a little bit expensive in my opinion. It depends a lot if you are really a fan of this type of game or not. For me, the best deal for playing this game, it is just to subscribe to Xbox Game Pass. If you've never done it before, you just need to pay €1. All right, you pay €1 and you get access for 1 month of Xbox Game Pass, and you not only get access to this Wasteland free game, you get access to all the Microsoft exclusives like Gears of War, Gear Tactics, and Halo, and Forza Horizon throughout that entire month, and also a ton of other titles. At the moment, I'm playing Resident Evil 7 through Xbox Game Pass. It is there at the time of this video, of course. So I think it's a nice deal for €1 at the first month. The rest of the months will be €4, but as far as I know, there are some news that this Xbox Game Pass is going to leave the beta form, so it's going to be more expensive, like 10 euros per month, which I think it is a little bit too much, but it is going to include EA games, so you will be able to play also Battlefield, Need for Speed, probably FIFA. I'm not really sure about this one, so you can play pretty much all the EA game titles inside the Xbox Game Pass for 10 euros per month. I'm not trying to promote the service, I'm just saying that if you intend to play this game in 1 month or 2, it might be a much better deal to pay for the Xbox Game Pass than buying the game at full price for $59.99. So it depends on what you want. So guys, I think that's all that I want to talk about Wasteland 3. Hope you did enjoy the video so far. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of it, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
I see him.
Blood and lived. Death for y'all.
I see him! That was awesome!
This is Major Prasad. I took an outflow pipe through to the far side of the dam. Now it looks like I can get up behind those yahoos on the top and take them unawares. Let me know when you're in position and we'll... Shit! Incoming fire! Taking cover! Another gut puppet to my name. You hearing this, Erastus? You ought to be here. The deluge of blood has begun, and I'm winning, big brother. Rangers, Prasad here. Took care of the hostiles who jumped me, but those bastards are still up there on the dam. I found a spot to hunker down and give you some cover when you get there. But I'm afraid this'll be mostly on you. Good luck, and hurry.
Ah, damn it. Looks like we killed them all. Guess the fun's over. Wait a minute. Maybe not. Howdy, Hotlander. Oh, as much fun as it is killing folk long distance, I like it best when the deluge of blood happens up close and personal. You know what I mean? The rest is gonna be sorry he stayed home. He loves him some entrails. You don't know much, do you? The Dorseys are the harbingers of the deluge. The motherfuckers looking into the old world and the beginning of the new. And it all begins here, you little prairie dog. What I do to you, the Dorsey's gonna do to all of Colorado. So squeal all you want. No one's coming to save us.
Holy shit! They done killed Jared!
Never shut up. Heads up, Rangers. More incoming.
Killed a Dorsey still breathing! Dorsey's vengeance is coming!
Flanking them Hotlanders!
Laying down for cover.
Coming for us all!
Trying to draw fire.
You'll bleed for this!
Nice work finishing off that jerk's crew. Did you find any other survivors? I got jumped by more of these fucks as I was sneaking up here. I got them all, but the last one got me with a skinning knife before I finished him. But I asked you a question, Rangers. Did anyone else make it? Bill's a good kid. Thank you. You did well. Now, I'm bleeding all over the paperwork. We need to head for Colorado Springs. Establish a headquarters at Peterson Air Force Base. Support the Patriarch, no matter what. We do that, and the Patriarch sends aid to the Arizona Rangers. We don't, and the Rangers are fucked. And that brings me to the secret orders. Only me. Got them from General Woodson. When we first heard from the Patriarch, General Woodson sent an advance team to Colorado, led by Angela Death. But they went dark. We have to find them. Not much yet. He's the boss of Colorado. He's rich, and he's willing to share food and supplies with Arizona in exchange for a little firepower. So we better not mess this up. Give me a second. Catch my breath, and we can go. Well... Fuck!
Hey, Jared, little brother, how goes that Dell use your blood? You dry gulch them Hotlanders yet?
You rastas! Jared's dead! They killed him! Gunned him down like a dog!
What? No! No! If I ever catch who did this, they're dead! Every last one of them dead! You hear me? My brother will be avenged!
Was that Major Prasad? They got her? God damn it. Fuck this place. Fuck it.